Think we did
Good
it.
afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Guest Live. Hey, Queenie.
Hey, Doc, you know how much I love guest lives. I get to meet new friends every single week.
I know, and this is one of my favorite friends that I've known I was thinking about it, at least 10 years, which is making me, I'm only 29. So, but I would like everyone to meet Ravion Green, who is my hairstylist and my choir buddy and my friend. I met her at church over 10 years ago. Dates. It's been at least 10 years. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
But yes.
It has been it's been amazing. You're such a beautiful spirit, and just been amazing to know you, over these last several years.
Ditto, my friend, ditto. Well, let me tell everyone, I'm just going to do a little intro for you, and then I'm going to throw you this really hard question like I usually do. But Ravion has been working on my hair, and I got COVID back in November, and I had it pretty bad. I had it for 3 weeks. I had a fever above 103 for 3 weeks straight. All I did was sleep. I caught up on my sleep, but that's about it. But as a result, about a month after I was through all of that, my hair started falling out in gobs. I was thankful I had a lot of hair because I would have been bald, I think. I mean, it was just that. And I saw a post on Instagram. And I also knew, because we had talked about your special training a couple of years previous, and you talked about working with people with hair loss, and I thought, I wonder if she's still doing that. And then I saw a post like a week before I called you, and I'm like, I got to talk to her because, I didn't get bald spots like a lot of people, but it was definitely thin. So I gave her a call, and it's growing like crazy. No complaints. I had to get it all cut off. Anybody who knows me, I mean, it was down in the middle of my back. But I actually kind of like short hair when it's 90 bazillion degrees outside. So tell us about yourself, Ravion, about, start if you want to share with us what you would like to share with us, but you're the guru for hair loss. You grow back.
And so I'm so glad that thank you for that introduction, because you make me sound better than I feel, of course, and so that's always a good thing when people can compliment you in a way, but yes, I am a trichologist, and that's pretty much like a hair doctor, but I'm not like technically a doctor, you know what I mean? Because I just have not gone to school for that. Don't know if I would want to, but hey, there's that, but I will say the thing that helped me help you is the fact that you are very conscientious of what you put into your mouth, what you're feeding yourself, how you're taking care of your body. You're very intentional in that way. And so it wasn't hard to help you at all. And that's, it's a key component in what I do. I can offer anyone $1 million treatment, but if what you're putting into your body internally isn't working, it's going to counteract the treatment, and you would have wasted your money,
Right.
So it certainly has helped that you're very intentional about what you're putting into your body. You're either feeding health or you're feeding disease. It's one way or you don't get around that, and unfortunately, COVID has done a number on quite a few people, as we have seen, over these last couple of years since we were made aware of the virus, and it has affected many people in different ways. One of the most common side effects is the hair. And it's because of what it does to you hormonally. And so then it becomes like some form of telogen effluvium, some form of just like a hormonal hair loss. And by the way, alopecia is just a term that is coined for hair loss. Any form of hair loss is considered alopecia. Doesn't matter what it's for. any form of hair loss is considered alopecia. Sometimes it's hormonal, and that's what COVID. That's how COVID has affected it, because it does throw your hormones, your system off. It just throws your system completely off, and the body with this, I think it's like 14 different systems within our body. Within those systems, your body will draw from the least important source. It will draw nutrients from the least important source just to try to get itself back to some stability in health, right? And so the least, I mean, I know, we're pretty vain, so for us, our hair, our skin, and our nails are really important, but to our body, it's not the most important thing. And so it will draw nutrients from your skin. It will draw nutrients from your hair. It will draw nutrients from your nails to try to stabilize itself. It's God has designed our bodies magnificently in that way.
Yes. And it's been, working with you for this piece has been super easy. I mean, people think, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. I mean, you gave me a few things to do. The supplement has been fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, I know what I'm looking at, people, if they don't, but it's got all the right, skin, hair, nails. It definitely is an approach for that. And then the shampoos have been great, shampoo and conditioner. Not so much fun with the, of course, I always forget it's a little spiky thing I'm supposed to roll on my scalp. But other than that, you're like, just do it gently. Well, I learned my lesson really quickly on gentle right off the bat. Probably poked a few extra holes in the top of my head.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm exaggerating.
You have to be very specific when you give doc directions.
Derma roller, and it's just you said go lightly, so and I'm like, I can't feel anything. Oh, now I can feel something.
Ravion, I was super excited to meet you when Doc said all the fantastic things that you had done for her, including her cute new do. That was exciting. But we at Doc and Queenie love to help our community. And how many times have you met someone that feels like they are just stuck, or woe is me, or what a bummer, this is too bad, there's nothing I can do about it? And this piece, as far as the hair loss and what to do about it and how to fix it, was one of those things that I have actually been hearing from several people throughout our community. And again, they kind of think, well, it's just the way it is. This is the COVID result, blah, blah, blah. And on COVID, so I can't fix it. There's nothing I can do. So as soon as Doc said that you'd be willing to be on Doc and Queenie Guest Live, I was like, oh my gosh, I think we can provide a service to a lot of people.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And I appreciate your warm welcome, Kathy. Laura has spoken great things about you as well. And so I'm excited to meet you as well. But yes, there are so many people, and men, quite a few men. Absolutely. I know most of the time we're kind of focused on the women and how the women are feeling, but there are quite a few men that have been affected by hair loss and are wanting to do something, figure out what, options they have, what someone can offer them so that they too can see some restoration in that area if possible. And so I do offer a series of customizable treatments that I make up in-house in the salon clinic. And then I also have something such as what Laura referenced, some products that I can use that kind of fights DHT. DHT is dihydrotestosterone. And what dihydrotestosterone does is attaches itself to the androgen receptors that kind of help with our blood flow and just kind of get nutrients to our follicle. The DHT blocks that nutrient, and it kind of suffocates it in a way, and cuts off the nutrients. And if nutrients is cut off, then things can't grow, right? And so the supplements that I offer, it has things in there such as saw palmetto, it's which is a berry extract. It has what else is in there? Green tea. It has some forms of biotin in there. Just a few things to name off top. It is a very natural supplement. There is nothing in there that is foreign at all. It's very healthy for the body. And I'm, glad that Laura, signed off on it, because she is very serious, about a holistic approach. And that's the approach that I take. With that being said, these things, the ingredients that I named, it kind of helps, it helps to fight off, like I said, the DHT and things that would block nutrients, and kind of suffocate the nutrient from getting to the bulb, so that your hair can extend up and out of your epidermis, which is the scalp.
So what would you, what is the typical length of treatment that you recommend, or does it depend on each person's situation? Do you have?
It is a case-by-case situation. And so that's why I like to offer customizable treatments.
Okay.
It is a case-by-case situation, but I usually ask that my client commits to at least a year, because that's what we're finding with, we call it COVID hair. But with any other, and I'm just speaking of COVID hair because that was unique to your specific case. But with hair loss in general, I like to ask my clients to commit to at least a year, so that we can see what's working, what's not working, and if we need to make adjustments along the way. And specifically with COVID hair, we are finding that the hair can shed for up to a year and a half after someone has had COVID. And so you most certainly would want to maintain some form of treatment to kind of help block any kind of negative lasting effects or lingering effects that the virus or anything else for that matter would have on your system.
Wow. Well,
Is it fair to say, sorry, Doc, is it fair to say that Doc's hair loss time was less because she was already healthy? Because it seemed like she lost as much as she could have with how severe her COVID was. And so she only lost her hair for a few months. And I have known people that go, oh my gosh, it just keeps coming out. And it has lasted for such a long time. Is it because she was already healthy to start with, and her health journey has been so big with her naturopathy? Is that why hers was probably less long?
Well, now what I would say is, Doc, even with her being as healthy as she was, she's well now because of her holistic approach.
Absolutely.
She most certainly is well now because of her holistic approach, and the fact that when she did everything that she knew to do, took everything that she knew to take on her end, she reached out and said, hey, I'm still having some of these symptoms. Is there anything you got that I can, take advantage of that will help me? And so a combination of her maintaining the standards that she has with her own personal health and well-being, on top of reaching out and finding something that was going to just kind of add to her regimen, to kind of help the shedding, help cut the shedding off. And then she had a ton of hair. You know what I mean? She had a ton of hair. And so that all of those things have worked in her favor. I mean, I know what her hair looked like. You obviously know as well what her hair looked like prior to her experiencing the COVID, getting the, catching the virus. And so because of all of that hair that she had, all of that beautiful hair that she had, the symptoms didn't look as severe, didn't appear to be as severe as someone who may not have had as much hair as she had. She certainly, with her having the thick, beautiful locks that she had, offered her quite a bit of grace, It
was
I
easy
bet,
to hide.
absolutely.
It was easy to hide. I just pull it over, Yeah.
Yeah. And even with it growing back, thank God it is growing back, and it is that we can contribute that to her ongoing, consistent, being consistent with taking her, health seriously, and, just being intentional about what she's putting in her body, it does make a difference. It does make a difference. And even being intentional with seeking out treatment with someone that would be able to partner with her in that way, not to alter or bring in any synthetic, foreign substances, but to partner with her holistic approach to help treat the situation.
Awesome. Well, guess what? We're almost out of time.
Oh my
So
gosh.
I know
I refuse to allow that. We cannot.
I
This topic is too big. Where is Ravion's clinic, and how do people reach her and make an appointment? This is huge, my friends.
Yes.
Yeah. And I would, I would love to come back. I will, champion you ladies, because I believe in what you ladies are doing. I myself am passionate about helping people, and then wanting people to take more of a holistic approach and be intentional about what we're doing in reference to our health. I can be reached at 816-255-6174. My salon clinic is located inside Solera on 120th and Blue Valley Parkway in Overland Park. People can call or text to schedule a consultation. I do virtual consultations as well. Or if someone wants to come in person, that's fine also. But yeah, I can be reached.
What's the name of your salon?
It is called VOB Trichology, and VOB stands for Vision of Beauty.
VOB, okay.
VOB Trichology.
Very cool. Well, it's been great to have you on here. And yes, we're going to definitely have her back, right, Queenie?
Oh my gosh, but like I say, girls, this is a bigger problem, because I hear there's a lot of people that are having these issues right now. And then all of a sudden they go, why is my hair falling out? My hormone, my something that. And I said, have you had COVID? And they said, well, yeah, but it can't be that. And I'm like, okay, fine. But if it can't be that, and it's consistent with so many people I know who had the virus, then it could be that. What do you think? And this is a big issue. And especially, like you said, Ravion, for a lot of people in general, but girls for sure, it's a vanity thing. Your hair, your DNA, it's your identity.
Yeah.
Your style and your flair and that whole drill. And all of a sudden, it's coming out in globs. Some of these girls are literally doing the bandana thing and not leaving the house. And you're beautiful regardless of what your hair looks like. But if it has a remedy or a treatment or a plan, and there has to be someone out there that can help you. And then Doc said, I've got Ravion. And I went, what does that mean? And she said, I tell you. And that's how we got you on the show. And I'm super, super glad about the people that you're able to reach. And especially if you can do consultations virtually, then you're not limited to our Overland Park location.
Yeah. And in fact, I treated a guy, well, I can't technically say treated, but I just kind of helped to guide a guy based off of things that I was able to offer, tell him about, he was all the way in New York, and it was done based off of a consultation. He purchased the necessary things that he needed to purchase. And just within, once you start getting those supplements in your system, and then even the supplements are very powerful in and of themselves. But then once you start using the shampoo, it kind of helps to counteract what is actually happening, the symptoms that you're actually experiencing. It really does help. It really does help.
I can second that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us today on Doc and Queenie Guest Live. Thank you, Ravion. We are looking forward to having you back. And hopefully, if anybody needs any help, reach out. That'll be all in our posts here, because this will be reposted. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to either myself or Queenie if you can't get a hold of Ravion. Until next time, we will catch everybody later. Thank you, Ravion. Have a fantastic day. Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you.
Great weekend, everyone.
It was so great to meet you. And honestly, I know that you are going to be able to bless a lot of people with your ability to help.
Thank you, ladies, so much. It has been a pleasure, and I look forward to the next time.
Yes.
Awesome.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, you as well.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.